So welcome again. We met a few days ago online. Welcome to the first edition of the Blended Intensive Program for Teachers and Education Professionals. We are delighted to welcome such a large, diverse audience here in Florence, which demonstrate somehow the importance of this topic, the relevance of this topic, above all in the field of teacher education. So to kick off our intensive week, first of all, the words of our Vice President for International Relations, Professor Giorgio Giovennetti. Prego.
Thank you, Daniela. Welcome to everyone, also the ones which are arriving now.
Yeah,
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to welcome you in Florence, and I think today you've also been fairly lucky with the weather. So this is a real warm welcome.
Unusual.
Yeah, unusually warm welcome. You all know what UniWell is, even though there are people from universities which are not in UniWell. This was open, but you all know what UniWell is. I'm the Deputy Chief Officer of UniWell, so I'm also taking this as Deputy Chief Officer in UniWell. You know what UniWell is. It's a university alliance. We are now 12 members because Medical University of Warsaw just joined. There was Director Assembly 2 weeks ago in Cologne, and it was open to the 12 universities. What you may not know is how much UniWell is doing for internationalization of our universities. Because we are internationalizing the teaching, for instance. And this is not just teaching in English, which most of our universities have been doing for many long time, let's put it this way, but also is to project courses together. And that's a further step, which is very, very important. And I think the BIP, like the one we are attending now, is just a first step towards projecting courses together, doing things together. And soon you will be able to attend European courses. There will be a European label. The call for the courses to be labeled European is going to come out in end of November, so very soon. And the European Commission plans to have the first label for for the spring 2026, or at least to award the project, give the money to organize these courses and think about these courses for the spring 2026. So that will be very important. Within UniWell, we want to be ahead of that. Therefore, we have opened a call to actually project courses together within UniWell universities. The other one, the European call, is open to everyone. So universities which are in alliances and universities which are outside the alliances. Also mixing, so we could easily do something also with OsloNet, for instance, working with TEF and or the Teaching Learning College and Centro College. I'm confusing the Columbia Teaching College with this. So the idea will be to go on and have a European label. And the BIP could also become part of this per course. So basically, if you do 1 or 2 BIPs, which give you credit, this could be used towards a European label. And I think that will be a very important step that will make us ahead with respect to other continents, if you want. So the idea will be to have courses which are integrated. Mobility will be only one part of it, because courses will be given together by universities. Could be a lot of virtual mobility as well as physical mobility, and courses which are taught together, programmed together between the different universities. So it will be a very different way to interact, which is very similar to the way of interaction that you have when you do a blended intensive program, I think, and that will be important. And I think the most important thing, which already the BIP are doing, is to give a different signal to the labor market. For the labor market to be experimenting this in the blended intensive program, exactly like also in the new label for courses, will be a very good signal. As University of Florence, we are also involved in teaching in Africa. So we are a founding member of the Africa Higher Education, the Higher Education with Africa, with all the 6 Italian universities. And we are organizing something that we could not call BIPs, but we call BEPs, which are blended executive programs, which are very similar. The idea is exactly the same of the BIP, but they are done in Africa and with African countries. So teaching, we have among the teachers, we have people from Africa, and among the students, we have people in Africa. And we are giving these courses, which are more or less the same amount of credits that you get with a BIP, slightly more because they're slightly longer. But so the idea is just to innovate in the teaching. And I think this is particularly important because this one in particular, because it's well-being of future teachers and education professional, and it's particularly important because the teacher can be multipliers. So if you learn something, then you are able to diffuse these things that you've learned, diffuse the knowledge, diffuse the innovation to all the students. So the impact of teacher is actually much higher than having an impact on just normal students, but not students which are teaching like you are, will be teacher as you are. So I think it's very, very important. The multiplying effect is something that I would like to see, and I would like to test to see how important it is. So let me close by saying welcome to Florence, and I really hope you enjoy, and it will be very good to have to look at what you say about the course, how much you have learned in the course, and having your opinion and testimonial, and doing interviews during the course and after the course to see how do you feel, if you change something, if you would like to change something, if you would like to learn something different. I think that will be very good. It will be very good for us to learn from you and for you to learn from us. Thanks.
And I'm the floor to Professor Giovanna Del Gobbo, who is President of the Teaching and Learning Center at the University of Florence. Please.
Thank you very much, Daniela, and welcome in Florence again. And it's a pleasure to open with you this BIP, and why Teaching and Learning Center is collaborating with BIP. Because, as also Georgia said, BIP are like a laboratory for us, also to experiment innovative methodologies, to experiment new form to teach and to learn, because it's blended, and so we can mix in presence and online learning, because it's concentrated in week, and so we have to module and to schedule time and contents in a different way, different from the traditional courses. And this is a way in which we can learn how we can implement different courses at European level, because we need to learn very quickly, we need to be upgraded in some fields, and so we think, as Teaching and Learning Center of University of Florence, that observing and collaborating with the BIP, we can learn from this form of course to better understand in which field we can support our teachers, professors and researchers to become European researcher and professor. Because of course it's different to teach in traditional course or to teach in a European course. Of course for the language, for the culture, because you know that this space represents a culture. Because you are in front of us, maybe in another situation you are in different tables. And so this BIP, like all the BIPs, can represent for the European Alliance field to experiment innovation. And you are part of these experiments, we can say. And it's a pleasure for us also because this is the second BIP that we are implementing within EUNIWEL in collaboration and with the Department of Education. And after Professor Boffo can explain you our department, it's very relevant and important because this kind of BIP can also generate general courses, because we are working on transversal issues like well-being. In another BIP we are dealing with sustainability, and these issues are not discipline issues, are transversal, and like a part of the knowledge that all the students in Europe have to construct, have to learn, have to deal with, because sustainability, well-being are part of the futures. And so we think that with this kind of experiences, you can have the opportunity, like as also Georgia said, because you will become teachers, educators, that you can multiply the sensitivity and also the awareness of this kind of topics like well-being and sustainability. And thank you very much to be here, and I hope that you can also contribute to the evaluation and to monitor our BIP so that we can always improve this experience and also translate these experiences in other courses that we can implement within a UniWell. And thank you very much to be part of our experience together.
As Professor Del Gobbo said, the Department of Education, Languages, Intercultural Literatures, Psychology is hosting us during this week, and the BIP has been developed within the UniWell, the TAF Academy, and the department as well. So I give the floor to our director, Professor Sabofo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the people that spoke before me, Professor Giorgio Giovannetti, as the representative of the university, and Professor Giovanna Del Gobbo, because she is representing the Teacher and Learning Center. The department into the University of Florence is important, is the most important part from the didactical, research and third mission point of view. So in this sense, I am representing the Department of Education, Languages, Intercultures, Literatures and Psychology into the University of Florence. So more or less we in this department are doing exactly the things, the discipline, the study that you are doing in your university. Education and psychology on one side, languages and literatures on the other side. We are the department together. In general, in Italy, these departments are divided, but here we are together. And for this reason, we are more rich, very, very rich, especially for the educational part. I want to stress in front of you in a specific manner the importance of this your abroad experience, because for the teachers and for educational professionals are very, very, very important to have an experience abroad. In fact, in our department, in the last 15 years, we push with Professor Rossella Certini and Professor Giovanna Del Gobbo a lot our students to go out of Florence, abroad, especially in Spain, in Germany, in the north of Europe, not in England, in Holland, in Belgium, but in every part where the University of UniWell Alliance are. So this is the first point. You are here, and it's very important to have an experience abroad for your future as a person and your future as a professionist. It's so important. In our world, it's so important to have in mind the point of view of the others, not the point of view of myself, but the point of view of the others. So this is the most important point into, in a special manner, into this alliance that has in the center the topic of the well-being. But we are studying well-being in our department, both from educational point of view and from psychological point of view. It's very, very, very different to have in mind well-being from educational point of view. I'm very happy if you say yes with your head, because it's real different. And for this reason, it's very important to work together, because this is another point of the Alliance, to arrive to a common topic of well-being, because on educational point of view, well-being, I am thinking like a care of self, a care of the others, a care of the world, a care. What's the care? Not cure, a care. What's care? Just for also a teacher or educators, adult educators, older educators, infants educators. Care is the standing in a way I can listening to the others, I can dialogue with the others, I can put myself into the place of the others. These are three directions to listening to the others, to have a conversation, dialogue, communication with the others, to stay instead of the others, are three transversal competencies, are three skills, more or less, and these skills are very, very difficult to reach, but these skills are the base of our professionalization, like teachers and like educational education professionals. So for this reason, for you, it is very, very important to stay here on one side, because more or less we are talking the same languages from the transversal point of view and the skills point of view of you. But on the other side, because for you it will be a very practice experience to practice these transversal competencies, because didactics, discipline, topic, contents without empathy, without, I'm saying this term in German language, feel inner myself, it's not possible to teach, it's not possible to practice education. So I hope for you it will be possible to practice and to have a very big experience on listening to, on dialogue to, and on emphasizing to, because these three lines are very, very important for your future, for the future of your pupils, for the future of your adolescents, but in a special manner for the future of our world. So thank you very much for your presence here, and have a good and a big experience for this next day, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Vanna was saying, it's very, very important that the concept of well-being itself has changed a lot since we started UniWorld. And this is linked to what you were saying, but also to the fact that the world is actually changing. So that's another important issue, is what is really well-being, how do we interpret well-being, how well-being concept has been evolving over time. I think that's a very important issue to address during the seminar, the debate.
Thank you, Georgia, and thanks to Professor Klopp for her warm welcome. And then the person that took care of all your learning agreement. Okay. Professor Rossella Certini, who is the Erasmus delegate of the School of Humanities and Education area. Please, Rossella.
Thank you very much. This is the face behind the signature. You are welcome in Florence. It's a pleasure to meet you in this particular context. Thank you for the good words that you can say to them. And I think I would like to say something about take care of yourself. And during this week, you can take care of yourself. Not only stay at university, but you must. I prefer I use this word. You must take care of yourself. Visiting Florence, also, it's a must, because Florence is a real rich city with many opportunities. You can visit museum. You can visit academic of arts. You can visit theater. You can visit the historical center of our city, and also this is a good way to well-being yourself, for the improve your well-being. Not only stay at university, but share many opportunity with your friends and with the field, the activities that the Florence can give to you. It's important, these opportunities, because during the year Erasmus program is real change. The traditional Erasmus mobility is a long mobility, 2, 3, 4, 5 months along all years, academic years along. But now you can use this short mobility, and it's a different kind to think about your professional growth, your professional activities. But I think that both are important for your professional development, and one is not better than the other, but together they can give you more possibilities to learn and to keep many relationships with other university, other persons, and in particular with the art, the culture of our city, of Florence. So you are welcome, and this week there will be a good week for you. Also for the weather. Yes, also for the weather, because it's not a usual situation. It's hot. For the moment, it's hot, and for all week there will be a real good weather. So you can visit, you can stay with us. Tomorrow you have an important opportunity. Florence Botanical Gardens is a particular magnificent location for to beginning this week. And if you have any questions, any problem, I am at the third floor. I am upstairs. My room is 303, and if you want know something about educational program, educational Erasmus program, I'm very happy to meet you again. You are welcome. Have a nice time.
Before going on with the afternoon with ice-breaking activities and knowing each other opportunities, let me say that we are here. You are 33 students from 9 universities within UNIWEL and TEF, University of Cologne, Constance, Linnaeus, Murcia, Nantes, Oslomet, Semmelweis, Weingarten, is it good, my pronunciation, and Florence. So 9 universities and 7 countries, and we have also colleagues, teacher educators and professors from 3 of these universities, Cologne, Linnaeus and Oslo Met. So, and tomorrow a colleague from the University of Murcia will join us online. So we are very happy to have all of you here for this intense week. For sure a busy week, but we are sure that it will be also very stimulating and productive. So thank you very much for your
we want to start as a very simple activities we call create, share and reflect, because we use the beautiful kit, Lego, okay, this is the Lego module, and now I ask Anna and Veronica to just give you one of these to work on. So I decided to change, and and I work with adults, and especially during my PhD I decided to specialize myself in prison education. So another target, another issues and so on. And nowadays I work for a teaching and learning center. So basically I work with a professor and academic staff, but also PhD. I don't know why. But PhD students and also students in general, like representative students for the Athenaeum, to disseminate some knowledge and some basic information about the organization and some process inside the university. We believe that they are the center of our organization, and we need to give them a lot of voice and try to also recognize what they have to say and try to put in place their ideas and so on. So basically it's me, so if you are interested in some topics, I'll be here for all the weeks, and Chiara has also my email, so if you wanna just send me some, I don't know, some question or whatever, I'm here. But some of you are able to know Dr. Marta on Wednesday, because she is on Wednesday we divide you in 3 different groups to visit some different services, educational services, and Marta